Welcome back to the Relatively Friends podcast with Robbie, Kevin, and Joe. I'm pretty full right now.
Overate, stuff yourself.
Yeah. We went out to breakfast at Denny's.
That was lunch.
It was 12:30.
It was you had brunch. I'm sorry, you had brunch.
It was brunch.
We're gonna have this conversation again, and I'll win again.
No.
That was brunch.
It was brunch because it was breakfast for lunch.
Mm-hmm. It's a combination of the two. That was brunch.
Yes, we agreed that was brunch.
Okay.
So how's everybody out today? It's like 100 degrees in Vegas, and it's going to be 100 for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Which kind of screwed us because they closed the 15 to pave it. Because they're like, oh, it's finally hot enough so we can pave it and not get screwed by the winter, which I thought was fun. I think episode maybe like 3 we had talked about the pave-a-thon. I didn't realize they didn't actually do the other side of the road until now, or maybe they didn't finish.
That's how they operate.
Yeah, more cones, more construction. It's always good here. So we definitely went out for Denny's this morning, and it was quite delicious.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Not gonna argue there.
Huh?
Not gonna argue there. That was pretty good.
It was good. I don't remember Denny's being that good, but I don't think I've ever had a bad experience at a Denny's. It did feel like we were in 1980 though, like when I was sitting there looking at the old dude eating at the the counter.
The lonely old guy.
Yeah, the lonely old guy, the couple in the corner, the big old church group there, and I'm like, oh, it's like 1980 all over again. Wasn't born then, but you guys were.
Yeah,
you were.
I was.
I wasn't.
No. So, something caught my attention there. Their appetizer. Their appetizer consisted of onion rings, French fries,
Mozzarella sticks.
Talk slower.
I don't remember what the other thing was.
Talk slower.
Talk slower. No, I had to think about it. I didn't write any of the stuff down.
It had the chicken.
Boneless chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
And I'm like, why are there 2 side items? Like, why is there a onion ring and a
Just a sampler.
fries? But who wants onion rings and fries? It's like you get one or the other.
It's one of those things you put in the middle of the table and just let everybody.
But onion rings and fries? You couldn't give me something give me one of those and then something else.
Like what? What would you add in? What would Robbie's sampler be?
At Denny's?
Yeah, at Denny's.
With that combination, so mozzarella sticks, boneless wings, probably onion rings, and probably I don't know what their menu had, but I will say French toast sticks for good measure.
No.
What do you mean no?
Not French toast sticks.
No.
It's a good balance. You got your sweet and savory, you got your savory, you got your fattening.
No, I wouldn't.
What do you mean no?
You heard me. I said no.
What, you got that?
First of all, I'd lose the onion rings.
Yeah, I mean, I could do without either of those, but if I had to choose one, it would be the onion rings.
To keep or to get rid of?
To keep. If I had to choose between fries and...
Oh, no. Fries all the time. Onion rings are gross.
You're gross.
I can go either way.
Okay. So he's normal.
Oh, onion rings are gross.
It depends on who's making the onion rings, though.
What does it matter? Onion rings are onion rings. It's onion, batter dipped, fried.
No, are they frozen or are they freshly made? Because the frozen ones suck.
They're always frozen. Unless you're going to Outback, where they give you a blooming onion.
It's the size of a volleyball.
Yeah, that thing's all ridiculous to eat.
But it's so delicious. I haven't had one in 20 years, but I'm imagining it's still delicious. Yeah, I think I was 20 years old last time I had one.
I had one 8 years ago. No. Well, 9-10 years ago.
Yeah, we only have one Outback here.
Joe, you really sounded like an old guy there.
I think for a second.
You're like the old guy who's it was on a Tuesday. No, was it a Wednesday? No, it was It couldn't have been a Tuesday because I didn't do that on Tuesday. Maybe it was Thursday.
I had to think
and you never tell the story.
Was it before Blake or after?
Well, at least you can
Blake
remember it.
I had to remember if it was before Blake or after Blake, and it was before Blake.
Oh. You went to the only one in Henderson?
No, actually, it was all the way down on Sunset, on Green Valley. Is that still Henderson? No, that's Vegas at that point, right?
No.
Green Valley.
Once you go past
Once you go past Annie Oakley,
Yeah.
you're out of Henderson.
no, yeah, it's Happy. So it's Green
Yeah.
Valley, and then you go west a little bit more, and then it's Happy, and then that's the
That's the
cutoff.
cutoff, yeah.
It's this weird like L cutoff.
Yeah.
It's really weird, but you basically, because people don't know where Happy's at, you say Annie Oakley, and they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess
Because
it's technically.
when you go north on Annie Oakley, it stops at Patrick.
Yeah, so north is Annie Oakley, south is
Annie
Happy.
Oakley's at 7-Eleven on the southwest corner.
Yeah.
Southwest
I was just
corner?
there Friday.
Yeah.
Some lady
That's a
came up.
rough
Oh,
that's a
yeah.
rough 7-Eleven, too.
That's
Well,
a Las Vegas
I had to
7-Eleven.
stop there for work reasons, and a lady came out walking with nothing but a bathrobe and underwear on.
Sounds
Out
about
of, that,
right.
out of that store.
Yeah, that's about right for that area.
For that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's ghetto fab there.
Yep. She at least had slippers on. I'll give her that. She
Well, I
wasn't
mean-
barefoot.
I mean, it's probably
No
100
shoes,
degrees out.
no service.
I don't think that's the intent of that rule.
It also says no shirt, but she had a bathrobe on.
She was covering her titties.
She's probably like,
Yeah, she was holding it closed, and then when she walked out, she let it go.
She didn't even have the belt.
No, she was holding it closed.
oh my god.
Were her titties big enough she could have, like,
No,
closed it
she
and
was
tucked it
actually
under?
she was thin and had a really nice body for being in that area.
Joe, why don't you go hit on her?
She's wearing a bathrobe, walking out of 7-Eleven. Not my quality of a girl.
Maybe she just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, middle of the day, bathrobe, no job. Nah.
Who's to say she doesn't have a job? That might be her job.
Oh, I'm sorry, slinging dope. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good job.
Oh man. So we'll finish that part of it up. So you're done with appetizers. I like your idea. Which was keeps one of the two onion rings.
Lose them.
No. Cause like Fridays has a good sampler. Applebee's has a good sampler. Gives you like one of everything.
Yeah, Applebee's has a really good sample. You can use that as a meal.
You could. It's also like $20. But this one was $13, so it's really not
13,
much of a difference.
Applebee's isn't that expensive.
Yeah, it's like $20.
It's like 15.
Nah.
No, it's gone up,
It's
yeah.
gone up. It hit the COVID tax.
Yeah. Everything at Applebee's gone up. It's like, I used to get their steak and the steak and shrimp Parmesan. And it was like $22. It's like $30 now for like a steak like that.
I know they're 2 for 20 went from 2 to 25, and then like the other one's like 2 for 30.
2 for 30. Yeah. If you want anything good, it's the 2 for 30.
It's 2 for 30. I remember when it was 2 for 22.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
'cause
there was, like, a short
It was a 2
period.
for 20, then like a 2 for 22.
Yeah, and then it was 2 for 25. You said,
You
yeah.
upgraded from the 6 ounce to the 8 ounce steak
Yeah.
for the $22.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to bring that back at that price.
They do. They ain't going to.
Oh yeah, they're not bringing it back. It's gonna be the 2 for 30 or whatever it is. Kind of making me a little bit hungry, but I'm very full, so we'll leave it at that. Oh, what else is going on with you guys? Let's start I guess we're starting to show off on a high note, low note, A note,
A note,
Some
middle note,
type of note.
middle of the
middle
road.
note. Next episode, look out for our perceived value drink test. We're actually gonna do it. We got
Don't
this.
hold us to it at all.
No, we got the cups. We got the stuff, but you changed the parameters on us. You're like, we need cylinders now.
No, the test is people will take something that's taller because they think it's a bigger value when it's actually the same exact volume. That's the whole premise of it.
I don't feel, me personally, I feel like when it's taller, I feel like I'm getting gypped.
So, like, if you were to buy a 16 ounce beer and they put it in a really tall glass, people are like, wow, that's not 16 ounces, that's 24. It looks like there's more.
The fuck it is. If they say it's 16, it's 16.
Exactly. Both glasses hold 16 ounces, but one's taller, so they think there's more.
Oh.
Hence the perception.
Yeah, you get the little regular beer mug one. It's like
Yeah.
this tall, the 16 ounce, where they give you the tall 16 ounce, but it's like this the whole way up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I got the huge drink.
I would
Really
prefer
don't.
just like a really, really wide saucepan size thing and
A
just,
trough.
just put a handle on it. And I'm just like, you don't think that would be great? Just like a trough?
Let's go to the Hofbrau house. They got those.
Oh, yeah, we should do that one day. I haven't been there in a few,
I haven't been there in
I don't know.
10 years.
Yeah, I was supposed to say about 10 years. Yeah, you want to do it? When's the last time you were there?
Pop
I
Rouse.
can't even remember.
I
Oh,
think
we
that's.
should
I can't even remember the last time we did a beer dinner too. We need to do one of those.
We missed the last one, and that's probably up now. We can take a look for BJ's beer dinner. So
Problem is, one of us is probably going to be stuck on like call, and one of us isn't going to be able
well,
to go.
you're gonna have to figure out how to change it. So for those, I think we talked about this already. The BJ's beer dinners.
Yes, we have.
They're all
We've
pretty
mentioned,
awesome.
we've mentioned them. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna re-elaborate because any podcast has been off for any amount of time.
One fan.
You never know. We might have. There are multiple watches. Like there's quite a few watches beyond what any of us could do, or even.
Hey. Removing R3.
I don't watch it.
Oh, I do.
Remember, I just uploaded and pray it's good. If it's bad, I'm sure somebody will let me know.
Our first one's up to like 27 views.
Yeah, so I haven't watched it since.
No,
I'm sure
I've
none
only
of
watched it the once. Yeah.
So these are other people who are clicking on it. 27 views ain't shit though.
No. I think our last one has 1. It's probably me or Kevin.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. I don't know. I'm sure it doesn't matter.
I think we lost our one female fan.
No, she's just behind.
She's still there.
She's just behind. Yeah, this show's for the lulz at best.
You looking it up?
Yeah. I'm going to look it up and see what. Yep. Just the one. That was me.
That's fine. Oh, we should hire one of those bot farming places to watch our video 1 million times.
There you go.
Get 1 million views.
They won't pay us.
Nope.
That's. I just read something where somebody got busted for that.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
This guy created a fictional AI like metal band, and he put the music up on like Spotify, and then had a bunch of bots go and listen to the music. So he made a shitload of money off of it, and he got arrested for fraud.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And everybody's like, well, how is it fraud? How is it not fraud when a record label does it, but it's fraud when this guy does it?
Because he can't afford a lawyer?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, let's be
Honestly,
real.
He found a way around the system, I guess.
I mean, I think all places are like, if you use bots, we're just going to axe
Yeah.
you. But, at
But
least...
there's bots everywhere. Like, you can tell, like the way they post. You can tell. Like, if you see a post on, like, Reddit or something like that, it'll be news that's, like, 2 years old. But they act like it's brand new shit. Because all they do is just go through other posts and repost stuff that got a lot of hits and try to replicate that. It's really stupid.
Sounds dumb.
It is.
So, I should probably spend more time on Reddit. I only hop on there for when I need something.
When I send you something.
When you send me something or I need to figure something out, I hop on and then I get I have to go through maybe 15 posts before I find actual information because it's usually
That's about right.
Yeah, that's about right.
because you
But
get the
usually
guys.
find it there's usually good stuff on there.
Oh, it's always hilarious. It'll be like, hey, I need help with this. And it's like, someone will be like, didn't you try this? Next guy is like, yeah, tell your mom to try this. And then
Yeah.
it's like a whole bunch of nonsense. And then one guy's like, hey, so here's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Just completely out of the blue.
It's probably like the third or fourth original comment, not just follow-ups on comments. Like, you got to go down there because there's always going to be that one guy be like, you're fucking stupid if you don't know how to do this.
Yeah, there's that guy too. But I always love the guy who gives you the 7-paragraph post and super detailed on how it's done. And you're like, bro, Cliff Notes, man. Cliff Notes.
Well, I mean, better that than, I fucked your mom last night.
Yeah, yeah.
There's that guy too.
There's everything on Reddit. I don't know how that place is still around.
It's a cesspool. It really is.
It is.
Every once in a while, there's a really nice corner of it where everything's all good, and then the rest is just a dumpster fire.
Yeah, it's very dumpstery, but good information. It's almost as
It's
good
a good
as.
place to get reviews if you want good reviews on certain things.
Yeah, people be
What do you
bluntly
mean?
honest with you.
Yeah, they'll be brutally honest.
Be like, hey, I just made this song, and it's you with your guitar. Hey, I just posted this song. You'll get 2. Hey, it sounds pretty good, and you'll get 30. You fucking sucks.
Yeah,
But
how
of
can you
those
trust
30,
those
you
people?
fucking sucks. Half of them will be like, hey, man, you should try this. With your with your chord progression or with this or with that, you should try this.
But if you want to
They'll
look,
tell you suck, but they'll say what you can do to improve.
or you can look up products and be like, hey, what does anybody think of this product? And then you'll get like a million comments. And
And then one guy who steals it and makes it his own.
Yeah.
well, no, like if you're gonna buy something, hey, I want to buy
Yeah,
this.
if you're gonna buy
What's
something,
this?
yeah. If you
And
do
then
that,
you get like everybody be like, okay, I bought that, and this is the million problems I had with it. It's great.
Yeah.
You'll get everybody's honest opinion if it's worth buying.
and then you'll get into the like if you're like, I'm trying to decide if I should buy a Ford or a Chevy.
Oh, God.
And then you'll get into the arguments like, oh fuck you, buy a
Dude,
Nissan.
you're gonna have hillbillies killing themselves with pitchforks if you do that, Kevin.
Oh,
Yeah, those are like thousand post things within like an hour. You're like, bro, I just want to know which is a better
Yeah,
vehicle.
then you're gonna have the Dodge people jump in.
Oh, the Dodge people jump in.
Yeah, what's
Then
wrong with
you'll
them
get
Dodge people?
Huh?
What's wrong with them Dodge people?
Oh, they're losers.
Now, I'm pretty sure Dodge makes you sign an agreement you're gonna drive like a douchebag if you own a Dodge.
That's a Ford thing.
No, I'm
I
pretty sure Dodge, Challengers, Chargers, Rams.
okay. You know what? You know what it is. It doesn't matter what the truck is, to be honest. In my opinion, it depends on how big your lift is. That depends on how big of a dick you drive. Like, if you got like a lift and some nice tires, you're an asshole.
I don't know. I've seen someone in a little S10 fucking act like an asshole.
Yeah, he's got a baby lift. He got a negative lift, so it makes it even worse. I don't know.
Those are lowered, yeah.
Like, I have a lift, but I have a tiny lift. I have a respectable lift, and I have respectable tires because I'm a respectable guy.
Because you looked at the price of bigger tires and you're like, fuck that.
Well, I got 35s.
Yeah, you looked at bigger, you're like, man, $800 a tire?
Yeah, once you get bigger than 35, you're going up to like almost $1,000 a tire.
I mean, I spent $600. What's another $200? It wouldn't make a difference for tires.
This is the same guy who's like, I'm cheap. I don't want to do anything.
You get into like the 42s, you're looking at $1,500 a tire.
42s. You couldn't even fit that on a truck.
Yeah, you
My
can.
truck. I mean, I would need a 10-inch lift. To get 37s on, I need an 8-inch lift.
Just get a monster truck.
Just drive over people, hauling ass down the freeway. Yeah,
Taking up all the lanes.
yeah, it'd probably be 2 lanes with that thing. No, don't tempt me. No, I would never.
You see them here in the valley.
You
Some of
do.
those
People do have some really
big-ass
big
trucks.
trucks. Yeah, it's like Texas in this bitch.
I don't know, Texas might be worse.
Yeah, Texas is a truck state, so everyone has lifted trucks, but they all have old lifted trucks that their parents gave to them, and they're just like new kids driving it. Feels like.
1970s Dodge truck that still has the ram horn on it.
Yeah, that's worth like 150 grand because their parents took care of it, and then the kid came along.
Well,
and
it
said,
doesn't rust down in
A
Texas
truck will
either.
outlive you.
Yeah, fuck trucks that outlive you. That's a
Well,
commodity.
it's all metal, and it's just a straight engine. There's no electronics in it. You can always just go get another crate engine, put it in. There's no electronics.
Yeah,
You don't
that
have to
is.
worry about your CPU going out, your EPU. You don't have to worry about any of that crap in the bed and not being able to find it.
Yeah, that's the problem with modern vehicles. They too much. There's too much to
Yeah,
them.
too much shit. I just got a letter in the mail. Mine's got to go in for a software update.
They can't do it over the air.
Nope.
Fucking Chevy, that sucks.
Yeah, I know. Fucking second, I got to kill a Saturday morning.
No, you should make them come to you. Be like, come do it yourself, or just wait till your next oil change.
No, because my last oil change, they pissed me off. That was when they got hacked. Remember all the dealerships got hacked or whatever?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah, this was a few months ago.
Mm-mm. I don't pay attention to current events.
Yeah, like all the dealerships got hacked or whatever, like company they used for their security got hacked.
Was that the same as like the airlines when they all
Yeah, that
like
was the
everyone
same,
had
yeah.
like Windows 3.1 and everyone pretty much like
Something like that.
oh no what was it? Everyone had the same Windows version, but like Southwest had like
They
Windows
had like the old school, like beta
DOS or
version.
some
Yeah,
shit.
DOS.
And they were like, yeah, we're still good. Or one of those airlines. I don't
Yeah.
know. I just remember being like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's so like I had an oil change scheduled,
Mhm.
and I pull up and there was like nobody there, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm here to get my oil change." They're like, "We can't do anything. All our computers are down." I was like, "So you can't put oil in my truck?" No, we can't. No. All right, fine, fuck off. I was like, "You couldn't even call me to tell me not to come in." It's like, I drove all the way from the east side of town.
Well, if their computers are down, they wouldn't have your number or anything.
That's what that bitch said. And I was like, all right, later. And so I went to one of those like quickie oil change places, the 5-minute oil change.
Yeah.
And I fucking confused the shit out of them because they'd never seen a truck that new before. They actually had to look up on YouTube how to change the oil in my truck.
Yeah, so it's
Were you
probably done
fucked with
wrong.
Jiffy Lube?
Are you sure they didn't use Reddit?
It was they might have. It was that 5-minute oil change on Sunset and Whitney Ranch.
I think I know which way that is.
Yeah.
You're a brave man for using that place for a new
I needed
vehicle.
my oil changed.
Did you really? Like,
Yes,
how,
I
were you
did.
over? How far were you over?
Unless
it's in the-
700 miles over.
Yeah, that ain't shit.
Yeah.
I go 2,000 miles over minimum.
Oh no, I'm
Not in my
doing that.
truck. In my car, though. In my truck, it's like 50 miles before. Mainly because I have that crazy warranty, and I don't want them to ever be like, well, you're out of luck, sir. You didn't get your oil changed.
You didn't keep up with your scheduled maintenance.
Yeah, scheduled maintenance is, it's so fucking expensive.
Wait until you have to get into the transmission scheduled maintenance. That shit gets expensive as fuck.
Yeah, $1,000. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's why I only have 25,000 miles, so I'm doing what, like 5,000 miles a year?
Yeah, because you just leave
Well,
it, in your,
7.
leave it in your freaking driveway because you can't afford the gas in it.
I can afford the gas. I just don't see a reason to drive a big old truck when I don't need to.
No, I mean mine's only. I put on 5,000 a year on mine.
Yeah, because you live 2 minutes away from where you work.
That was beautiful. It's great. Love it.
Yeah, I would just get like an electric scooter if I was you.
Yeah, why don't you have an electric scooter?
Because when it's 110 at 4 o'clock, I don't want to be on a scooter. in that.
true.
Just put an umbrella.
Yeah, I was gonna say just use an umbrella.
It's like in the winter, it'd be nice.
Are you going to get one for the winter?
No, probably not.
You'd save so much on gas.
Yeah, but I'd be more frustrated.
You know what? You should use the scooter for those certain weekends, certain weeks. Just scooter it in and leave your scooter there.
Oh, jeez.
Seriously.
Just prop it up on my desk,
Yeah. Why not?
or just should I be a dick and just leave it in a parking spot?
Yeah.
That'd be even funnier.
That's what I would do. I would so do that. Just be able to put some cones around it and everything.
There you go. Fuck you.
Yeah. What are they going to do?
Nothing.
That's right.
Because I'd bitch at him because that's my parking spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never. Robbie told me, he's like, "Hey man, where'd you park?" And I was like, "Over there." He's like, "Ooh, yeah, dude, don't park over there. That's where those guys park. You want to park over here, but don't park in these spots or those spots." And I was like, "What is this, high school again?" Yeah, it is. It's like high school.
Yeah.
Like,
it
Well,
is.
that's what all workplaces end
Like-
up being like, man.
I have my parking spot. It was not assigned to me. I just grabbed it because nobody else was there, and that's it. That's my spot. Like even on like Mondays when I don't work and I have to like drop my timesheet off, there's nobody in that spot.
It's your spot, man.
Yeah.
You have to drop your timesheet off, like
Otherwise I
physical
don't get-
timesheet?
Yeah, like
Special
when
pay,
when I
special
go on call.
Oh.
Otherwise, I don't get paid because they run payroll on Monday. So if I dropped it off Tuesday, I wouldn't get
Yeah.
that money till the next check. So I'll make it's 2 minutes from my house, so I just drop it off. Like I don't give a fuck. And I
Yeah.
want my money.
Yeah. I got to get paid. What else we got on the agenda?
Hey, you typed out a couple things at the restaurant.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, because we come up with topics day of show. It's
No, we don't.
about
We have these like lunch meetings and we never talk about anything we're gonna do on the show ever, Robbie.
what are you talking about? We just talked about appetizers.
Yeah, that was
we
it.
did that. Yeah.
That
You
was
guys
the
are
first.
both wrong, but okay.
Okay. Well, so the next thing I got is what can't you drink anymore? Like when it comes to beers, are you finding that you can't
Oh, when it comes to beers,
beers
I
or
was-
alcohol
I
or
was about to say,
anything?
at the restaurant, I told you I can't drink orange juice no more. That's
Oh,
like-
I thought you just couldn't. You just didn't like orange juice. I didn't
no,
know it was like a
I
thing.
love orange juice. It's delicious.
Okay, we'll change it to what can't you
Yeah.
drink? Period. Not even like alcohol
Like,
related.
it gives me wicked heartburn.
Oh, that
Like,
sucks.
Yeah, it sucks because it's good.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Can you drink apple juice?
I can drink apple juice, yeah. Apple cider is better.
Not as much acid.
Ooh,
as
it's
orange
apple
juice.
cider season.
It's apple cider season.
We can
baby.
go to. Are you going to the pumpkin patch?
They charge on the weekends now.
Yeah, it's
What?
only
Really?
$5. It's $5.
Yeah, it's free on the weekdays and they charge. Gilcrease.
Gilcrease, yeah, Gilcrease Orchard. So for those out there, Gilcrease Orchard is pretty much the Southern Nevada's only pumpkin patch, like real pumpkin patch.
Well, it's an apple orchard, but
Yeah.
they do pumpkins for Halloween.
They got the
Because
best apple
that
cider.
turns them into a
Yeah.
pumpkin patch, Joe.
Very
Jerk.
wait in that 2-hour line just to get my cider and my donuts.
Dude,
Those donuts
when was the
are
last time
awesome.
you were
Those
there?
donuts
When
rule.
was the last time you were there?
Last
It's
year.
been a few years.
No, you weren't with us.
There's no way you
I was
you've
never
recently
before.
been there.
No, I wasn't there last year.
Is-
No, because Brandon's wife went there, and I just gave them money to get me donuts and cider.
Because it was the year you went with me. You and
Yeah,
Stephanie
that wasn't
went.
last year.
Oh, was
That
that
was
2 years
probably-
ago?
That was a couple of years ago.
A couple of
'cause
years ago.
Yeah, it's
We
It
long
does
came
not
with
seem
us.
like that
Yeah.
long.
they redid everything. It's like there is zero line for anything now.
Because we tried to get Alice to come out because he was a mile away,
Yeah,
and he just never
he's
answered
in
us.
walking distance, and
Yeah.
he's like, I can't make it. It's too far.
No, yeah, fuck that guy.
I drove from the southwest. He drove just as far as me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We made it.
Didn't Leland and Robin go that time too?
Yeah, there was a ton of us there.
Oh, you mean the super, when he got his there was a guy stealing wagons? Was that
there?
time?
Was there a guy stealing wagons? I don't remember
I
that.
remember there was a guy who was stealing wagons, and
Leland brought his
Leland
own private wagon.
he brought his own wagon, and then he looks around, he's like, "Hey, have you seen my wagon?" And then he's just a dude rolling out with like 5 wagons, just dragging them down the street. And then he runs out and like beats the guy up and takes his wagon back, and then the police like run and tackle him or something like that. It was really crazy.
No, it wasn't that time. Nope, that has to be a different time.
Oh, you weren't there for that? That was also the time
Yeah, I don't think I was there for that.
we got on the what's it called?
The hayride.
The hayride. Thanks. So we were on the hayride, and I was just sitting there, and like some random lady just stands up and like they hit a bump, and she literally almost dies.
She fall over.
She fell over, and I'm like, and I'm like, I catch her before her face hits like the freaking little thing in the middle, and then she was a fucking asshole. She's like, "Oh, don't touch me," and I'm like,
That bitch. Break
I
your
just
face next time.
saved your fucking life. You literally almost broke your. Well, I was like, whatever.
That was the time Alex did show up.
Did he?
Yes, because I wasn't able to go on the hayride with you guys. I had to leave.
Oh man, I don't know. We've gone so many times. They're all blending together now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't drink orange juice.
And for liquor, I can't drink Jägermeister anymore. Yeah.
Jägermeister. I could never drink Jägermeister. That shit made me sick.
It's so gross.
I can't drink wine anymore. Wait, when I hit like 37, wine was like, "Meh, no more wine.
Is it specific? Or is it red? Is it
I
all
can-
wine, or is it like only?
I can
specific kind?
only drink wine, Spanish wine, like from Spain. That's like the only wine that doesn't kill me. Something with the phosphorates or something like that. And organic wine. I found I can drink organic wine from this last trip I took. Someone had some like true organic wine. It tasted like ass crack, but
I find a lot of wine does. I can't tell the difference between a $4 wine and a $400 wine.
I can probably go between like $4. I can tell the difference between $4 and like $20, but beyond that, I don't know.
It just all the same.
After that, they taste the same.
Like it's I just
Yeah.
I'm not that guy, I guess. I
And-
don't know the difference.
Right? And then,
But it's like getting wine drunk, that hangover
It's the
is
worst.
the worst.
It
Yeah, it's like a
dehydrates-
headache.
It dehydrates you
Yeah.
so fast.
A wine hangover sucks.
yeah, wine hangovers are terrible. Well, the ones I remember having. It's been a while.
Champagne's just as
I
bad.
think the last time I had a wine hangover was champagne hangovers are worse.
I've never really been a champagne person. Like mimosas, ugh, every time
When
headache.
when Brandon got married, they put wine on every table. There was like 2 bottles of wine, one red, one white. And me and Brian Nabby, you remember him?
Yes.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Probably
He's probably dead.
With Dylan.
Yeah,
Good
they're dead together. Like we were snagging bottles of wine off of tables and just chugging them.
Oh, I guess
I was
probably
double
getting it.
fisting bottles of red wine. That was awful.
Was
That
it two? Was it all $2 Chuck?
It was some cheap
Some Trader Joe special.
because they had like 30 tables and each table had like 2 or 4 bottles of wine, so that was probably cost them a lot.
Red wine can damage you badly.
Yeah, it'll fuck you up.
Yeah, the hangover on those are horrible.
Oh, the next day I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
And then Brian kept trying to get his job back. He'd be like, because I had fired him at that point.
I remember that.
Oh,
I had fired him at that point. I had fired him like months before then.
oh, where was I?
He probably didn't invite you.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. So I fired him like months before that, and he's like, "You need to give me my job back, man. You need to give me my job back. I missed that place. I did so much cocaine when I was there." And I was like, "You think I'm gonna give you your job back now?"
Wow.
He's like, "Man, I was high all the time, dude. I had a dad pen. I would do cocaine. Can I have my job back?"
That explains why him and Dylan got so many tickets done.
No, dude.
No, they were probably on speed. Ba-do-bing. Damn, I don't have sound effects.
Nope.
The hip hop air horn.
See, I can't drink those.
These are good.
I can't drink.
Yeah, I can't drink those either. Like High Noons, White Claws, that seltzer stuff. Yeah,
So good.
I don't know
I
what.
can't drink cheap. Oh, I can. It's just not good. Cheap yellow beers.
True. You can't drink beer though anymore. But
I'm
that's
not
like
supposed to drink any alcohol, period.
yeah, because you like die or something.
I still do, just I don't drink it all the time. Like rum, brandy, vodka.
You do or don't?
I do. Tequila. I freaking love tequila.
Ugh.
You don't like tequila?
Not anymore.
It's okay.
I think I hit this stride where I'm like, I don't really like alcohol
depends on
anymore.
whiskey, yeah.
Scotch
Kinda.
whiskey. I
good margarita.
I can't do straight scotch
good.
because I don't like the taste of straight scotch.
I like scotch.
Do you
Scotch
really?
is- On ice? Yeah, hell yeah.
I had a Long Island iced tea last night. That was good.
Those are always good.
Those are always good.
I don't care much for Long Island iced teas.
Oh, they were so
Really?
good. We went to
Not really my thing.
went to Texas Roadhouse and they had a $5 Texas or a Long Island iced tea.
That sounds.
For $5, it was delicious.
I mean, can't go wrong. It's kind of like old fashions. I say I don't really care for old fashioned. People are like, what?
I don't think I've ever had one. An
Oh,
old fashioned? I don't think I've ever had one.
they're fine. They're whatever.
And I
Not
tried
bad.
scotch one time. It's like wine to me. I couldn't tell you the difference. I mean, at your house, Toby came over. We did that whiskey tasting.
Oh hell yeah, that was so
Yeah, that
much
was-
whiskey.
It was all the same to me after a while.
I can still taste the difference. I can taste all whiskeys. I'm good with whiskey.
I couldn't. I'm not
Depends
that.
on the-
I guess
depends
my
on the
palate's
whiskey.
not that refined.
Scorpion Bowl for $5.
the fuck's a scorpion bowl?
It's one of those. Isn't it one of those big drinks?
Yeah, you get them at Chinese restaurants. They
Yeah.
don't have them here.
Oh,
You
okay,
have to go to
well,
like a
Yeah, you have to go to like
back
a
east.
Benihana type
You
place.
go back east to get a Scorpion Bowl.
It's just a giant fish bowl full of liquor.
I remember the fish bowls. They were called fish bowls. Literally, I used to go to this place called the Breakfast Club. It was an '80s club back in mid 2000s. But their signature drink was a fish bowl.
Yeah, it's just
It was literally like
it's like a bunch of jungle juice, and you get 5 straws, and you try to chug it as fast as you can.
yeah, no, it was one straw.
Oh, you weren't drinking this by yourself. You'd die.
Yeah, it's literally like a bowl like this,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like for 5 people.
No. That's what the one they gave you at Breakfast Club was. It was a full size fish bowl. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, so you try to drink that by yourself.
All the time. I don't remember much after, but I definitely.
Joe, mission for you: find a fish bowl. Robbie's getting one.
Bro, I couldn't do that now. I can't drink like that anymore. I'm like regretting buying tickets to the beer event we were talking about last year. I was thinking, like, man,
Oh, the
You're gonna be hurt.
downtown beer event. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I'm like, man, I think I need to get a room because I'm not gonna want to drive
Oh,
or
I wouldn't.
Uber and just be like, you wouldn't or would?
No, I wouldn't drive. Like we Ubered there the time me and my wife came out, and leaving that place was a motherfucker. I would rather just walk to a hotel and just crash.
Yeah, I mean, no, there's no hotel within walking distance really.
You'd have to make.
Closest one would be the Plaza.
Yeah, but that's not really. I mean, I guess it's walking distance, but not for that area.
It would take you just as long to walk there as it would to take an Uber there with all the traffic.
Yeah, but it's about safety
Yeah.
and being, intoxicated and dealing with people who are intoxicated and bums and
Welcome to
railroad track
Vegas.
bums.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I avoid
There's
all the
cops
bums.
all over the place over there now. Anyway,
Not from that walk. That's what I'm saying. That distance is not safe.
I made that walk. I made that fucking walk when you ditched me.
I've never ditched you.
No, we
Don't
were.
you lie to me.
We were at the downtown beer fest. I was there for Brandon's bachelor party. You were there just because you were there, and then you're like, "Hey, let's go to Atomic Liquors." So I walked from that damn beer festival all the way to Atomic Liquors, and guess who wasn't there? You.
I remember leaving a beer event and going to Atomic Liquors.
And you weren't there.
I was there. I was at the Atomic Liquors and drank a couple beers and then ended up leaving.
And then you didn't say nothing to me, and I'm just standing there like an asshole. Like, where's
Well,
my
you weren't
friend?
even there to hang out with me. You were there for some other reason. So, there you go.
And then I left that to go hang out with you.
Oh, well, my bad.
And then you weren't there. I was like, oh. I left that to go hang out with him, and now he's not here. So then I just left.
Shit happens. You're still friends, right?
Yeah, I mean, till you ditch me again.
Then we're still friends after that, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends on where you ditch me.
I think
And
we're
you two ditched me on New Year's Day.
What?
All of you ditched me on New Year's
What are you
Day.
talking about?
When?
You, Alex, Leland, we were all supposed to hang out on New Year's Day. Like, oh yeah, let's go downtown New Year's Day.
When the fuck did that happen?
This was like years ago. It was like 8-9 years ago.
Oh.
And I showed up. I was wandering around. I was like, hey guys, where is everybody? Nothing.
Is that the time I think me and Alex ended up on Fremont by ourselves one time looking for everybody? It was just me and Alex.
I kept
So we
texting
couldn't
in the
find
group chat.
anybody.
I was like,
So
where
it was
is
just me
everybody?
and
Where's
Alex the
everybody?
whole night.
And nobody responded to me, so I got in my car and left.
There's no way.
There is a way.
There's no way. You realize I have every text message from 2007 in my phone. So I'm going to go look through there and find
You
this text
look through
message.
the 945,000 text messages you have. You couldn't even see the text message that said we were meeting at noon for lunch.
It's not 947,000.
It's damn close. You couldn't even see the 7 text messages we talked about meeting at noon today for lunch.
Well, on my
Captain 23 minutes late.
On my last backup, I think it was 87,000. Which doesn't seem like a lot.
87,000? That's
Yeah.
a lot of
Does it
text.
only count messages you've read? Because I've sent you a lot and you just never respond.
No, that's the lifetime of the messages. I think it's 87,000.
Oh, great. We've lost him.
No.
He's
Keep
gone for the rest
going.
of the show. He's gone.
No. I'm still here. No, it'll take me 2 seconds to see.
Yeah, I think that was the night that me and Alex ended up on Fremont because we couldn't find anybody.
I messaged you guys.
So I think you left at that point because
Because we said 8 o'clock, and I got there like 8:15. And I was like, well, man, I hope nobody left because I was late. So where you guys at? Nothing. Where you guys at? Hey, where is everybody? Where we meeting at? And then I left at like 9:15. I left like an hour later.
yeah, I can't even remember where me and Alex ended up at.
Where was I for this?
I don't know. Where were you?
Oh, I lied. 121,000.
Okay.
I just had to get that out.
You find those messages.
Oh, I'm gonna find that shit.
Okay.
I'll be like, I don't remember this whole. Why would I go out during New Year's? Have you?
No, it was New Year's Day, so it was after New Year's Eve. So all the partying was done. So we were at your house for New Year's Eve, and we were like, let's do something tomorrow. I was like, yeah, cool. Well, let's not do something during the day because, you know, we're gonna all be hungover. Okay, let's do something at night. Because I think New Year's Day was like a Sunday.
No,
Or a
man,
Saturday
anything's
or
possible. I'm gonna find these messages though. Maybe it was just like maybe I just wasn't paying attention. That's possible too.
See that he was already sleeping when we had the conversation.
It's
No,
possible
he was
too.
still awake.
You sure? Because I fall asleep.
You were standing upright in your kitchen when we made these plans.
Yeah, that doesn't really mean much.
I was going to say the same thing.
You know me, right?
I do know you.
Okay.
Just because Robbie's there doesn't mean he's awake.
I'd just be standing there, glazed over, passed out, and you guys are just fully standing. It's normal.
That explains a lot then.
Hey, man, a guy needs his beauty rest.
What happened then?
I don't know. The gray got me.
I've noticed more in my beard too.
You can have some of mine.
Mine's,
No, I got plenty on the top
mine's
of
will
my
start
head.
to turn gray too.
I got the sides of my head. It's
But you're the youngest out of us. You should not have
Yeah.
that much gray.
Yeah, it's a family thing. I went to my family reunion like, I don't know, last year. Everyone, all the people, my cousins, are all around my age, maybe a few years older, younger.
All
Fucking
gray.
Full gray, beards, almost like it's family.
it just happens.
I mean, I started graying when I was 20, so
I had a friend who went bald when he was like 17.
that must have been the worst.
Like still in high school, losing all his hair.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Did he just shave a ball? Or
No, he fucking rocked that fucking horseshoe. He did.
I could imagine
Dude,
being
at-
like
at
16 years old,
17 and-
17 with a fucking horseshoe on your head.
They ID him every time we come into school.
Like, sir, you can't be in here. You're too old.
Oh man, I think he's a pedophile or something.
Yeah, exactly.
He looked it too because he had a wispy stash and everything. Like,
Did he have a white van?
no, he didn't have a white van because he didn't drive.
Oh, who
He
could
was one of those guys. He didn't drive till he was like 27.
what?
Yeah. Did you guys ever know people like that?
My brother.
My cousin was like that.
My brother.
She
My
didn't
middle brother.
learn to
One of my
drive until
brothers.
she was like 25.
I mean, I guess if you don't need to, but I mean, I feel like where you came from, Oklahoma,
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
I feel like they need vehicles because everything's kind of far.
Yeah, we need vehicles.
It's like where I came from in Jersey. You really can't walk anywhere.
Isn't everything compact in Jersey? What part of Jersey?
Oh, I
he-
grew
he's
up in
from Western Jersey, right?
like northeast New. I'm from like Jersey Shore-ish. Like 20 minutes from Shore.
Out.
That's like
He's not like from P-Town or anything.
no, that's like big money. Like everyone has like 5-6 acre fucking lots.
Mm-hmm.
Like my parents had a fucking giant ass lot, and I had to mow that shit.
Fuck that.
Dude, could you? I mowed. I was telling my son this yesterday because I was like, "Hey, you can earn money by like mowing the lawn." And he's like, "Oh, you never had to do it when you were young." I'm like,
Bullshit.
I'm like, listen here, son. I would go to football practice on Saturday morning, do my full practice, get out, hop on our little shit ass riding lawnmower,
Riding. Wow, listen up, Rockefeller here. Right?
riding mower for still like, what is it, 4.5 acres? We looked this up on another episode. I think we even talked about this.
We did.
Mow the entire lawn. Then I would go do my Saturday night game. Then I go get on the bus and go to where we were to do our game. I'd be
Riding mower. I remember
And then I'd be
anybody who had
zonked.
a self-propelled mower was rich. Because I was pushing that shit.
bro. There was no pushing a mower to mow this. It wasn't like
You'd die on something like that.
it was football fields, just a bunch of football fields next to each other, and then a pond in the back. Like there's no fuck that. I couldn't even imagine doing it without that mower.
I wouldn't do it now. That's why you have kids.
Yeah, yeah.
I tried to explain to my kids I had a job at the age of 5. They're like, no, you didn't. I was like, yes, I did. I was a paper boy. They're like, what the hell is a paper boy?
Yeah,
So I had
that's-
to explain to them what a paper boy was because we don't have newspapers really
I'm about to
anymore.
say, it's not
Yeah,
a thing.
it's not a thing anymore.
Dude,
But-
honestly, no, I saw 2 paper boys the other day. They had the little things over the satchels or whatever it was. I mean,
Paper sacks.
yeah.
So what are they doing? Like the Sunday?
Well, they were sitting on the sidewalk having a cigarette, so
So they were grown ass men.
they were grown as men.
So in other words, they never stopped being paper boys.
yeah.
I can't remember where I saw them. It was here in town, but I can't remember
my
what street it was. But it was 2 of them. They were sitting there on the sidewalk having cigarettes, but they had those fucking the satchels with
I
newspapers
can't
in
even
them. They
tell
had
you the
legit
last
newspapers in them.
Time I actually seen a paper newspaper.
I mean, they only deliver the Sunday paper. I don't even know if they
Yeah.
do that anymore. I haven't seen one around my house.
Remember the New York Times? It was like this big. If it was on
Yeah.
a Sunday, it was like this because it had all the
You had all the
advertisements.
Yeah.
circulars in it and everything. Yeah,
I kind of miss the Sunday paper. Do they even?
they still do it. I think Review Journal does it. Which they can
Well,
kiss my ass.
I don't think you're gonna get the New York Times here though.
You can like on the strip because like a lot of those casinos, the
Do what?
resort fee is you can get a newspaper of your choice from like 20 different publications delivered to your room. That's part of your resort fee.
that's kind of cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like you can get Washington Times, New York Post, New York Times. Like all you got to do is ask for it. People, resort fees suck. $50 a night.
That's what the resort fee is now. Holy shit!
A lot of like wins $50 a night.
Bro, it's not even expensive.
A newspaper? No, they're still hella cheap.
It's $150 for every single day.
Hey, for
7
every day
days,
for a year.
7 day delivery, 52 weeks.
Yeah.
If you only want Sunday, it's $20,
Yeah, see, that's still hella cheap.
and you get access to digital. Yeah, I'm still not gonna do it. It's not worth the time and money.
No,
I don't know.
I
would.
mean, if there's comics in there, maybe I'll do it for the Sunday funnies.
that was
Maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I love me some Sunday funnies,
They were funny.
like Garfield and
Garfield was good.
the New
That's
York
all.
Times. At least had like 5 or 6 pages of it in the middle.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll get it and I'll bring a paper in or something. Can I just get one?
Hey,
Oh, I can get
Go buy
1
them.
month for $5.
I think they sell them at Smith's. You can go buy a Review Journal.
Yeah, but I want it in a
Review
bag.
Journal.
Oh, the plastic fucking.
Yeah, I want someone to chuck it at my door.
They keep rain out, but actually it just helps the rain get in better.
I'll buy a plastic bag and I'll put an elastic around it and I'll have your son drive by and just throw it at your door.
And it'll land like on your sidewalk by the curb. Like it won't get anywhere near your door.
Most likely. That's a.
And then he'll get all uppity around Christmas time when you're supposed to tip him, and you're like, man, you suck.
Yeah.
You don't remember that? Paperboy's hustling. They would try to hustle my old man. I remember that all the time. Yeah.
I feel like we weren't really part of that generation where we were the ones getting the paper.
No, I wasn't, because my dad would get the paper, but like we had one of those, like where the public sidewalk was versus our front door was a pretty good distance. And I remember my dad always being pissed off having to walk all the way down the sidewalk because the kid would just ride in the street and just throw it like this, like just a half-ass toss, and it would land on the public sidewalk.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just look down the sidewalk, there's a row of papers.
Yeah.
And the kid's like, well, I deliver to your door. And he's like, you don't deliver to my door.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, I get that. Ours was always at the front of the garage, or front of the driveway, so I always had to walk and get it. They'd be like,
Run it over.
I had a good arm, so I always just chuck the shit out of it on my bike.
No, those kids are just like,
You know what?
Papers
I've
in the
seen
streets.
the one time I saw someone delivering a paper. Their parents were driving and they were just face was stuck out the window and they were like,
In the rain, yes.
no, it wasn't raining.
My mom would drive me if it was raining.
Oh yeah, back then. But now, I mean, that's probably how they do all of them.
The winter sucked.
They're probably spending more gas to deliver.
than
the
what you're
paper.
getting in papers. Yeah. Because a paper route wasn't a whole lot of money.
No, I made $3,000 in a year.
The only other
What type of
job
paper route
that
did you have?
Hmm?
What type of paper route did you have?
They give you tips all the time.
Oh, okay. Tip money was.
Yeah,
I was like,
tip
made
money was usually
$3,000 a
around the
year.
holidays.
Jesus. I was
Well,
like,
they give you. I used to get tips on a monthly basis, but like New Year's, I had Christmas. I had one guy give me $100.
The only other job that paid less was you guys probably never did this. This was a Midwest exclusive. Was detasseling corn.
Yeah, you definitely didn't do that in downtown
Yeah.
Boston.
Yeah. You would go in there, you'd have to be at these cornfields at like 4 a.m. And you would just tear the little things off the top of the corn and a pain in the
They
ass.
pay you like 2 pennies a corn.
Oh yeah. It was paid by stalk and it was only a few cents per
Wow.
stalk or per ear or something like that. And it was, there's fucking bugs, like huge spiders, those fucking garden spiders, those big yellow and black
Yep.
ones.
sounds like manual labor.
Oh, it was fucking it
Garden
was slave
snakes that
labor.
get like
Yeah.
6 feet. They
Yeah.
come slither and bite your ass.
And it's like when the sun comes up, you're like, oh, thank God. You're like, oh, fuck, I got like 6 more hours of this shit.
Oh my god, no.
'Cause it was like 4 to like noon. It was awful.
Oof, sorry, man.
What's the worst job you ever had? Was that it?
That was probably it. Mowing, I mowed my yard. See, my parents and my neighbor had the same exact yard, and my dad paid me $10 for our yard, and the neighbor paid me $25. And I'm like, it's the same size yard.
My dad's ripping me off.
I was like, yeah, old man's ripping me off. But the neighbors, they were old, like super old. And so, like, they had, like, this week I had to mow north-south. And then the next week, east-west. And then the third week, diagonally. And I always had to keep changing the pattern. Whereas with my dad's grass, he didn't care so long as it was cut.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Less work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't care so long as it was cut. But, like, the neighbors, they had a self-mulching mower.
Oh yeah.
And my dad didn't. He had a bag attachment, so I was taking that fucking thing off and emptying it in the fucking recycling bin. The organics recycling bin.
I was about to say, did you have the organics one?
Yeah,
I remember
the
when that was
organics
like a
one.
really, really big thing. Like, oh, everything mulch and this, that,
That's where you put
everything.
mulch and twigs and shit.
and food.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you? What was your shittiest job?
Pulling lobster cages.
Yeah,
I
that sounds
imagine
very
would
Boston.
fucking suck. That would.
Yeah, sounds
That is a very Boston job.
Out of Gloucester, yes.
Don't get a lot of lobsters in Nebraska.
I
We're
did
kind
it
of
for
landlocked.
one summer and never do that shit again. Because you're out dumping them at like 2 in the morning and you're pulling them in at like 6.
Oof. Yeah, that sounds miserable.
You have to wear that orange raincoat because you're getting soaked. You go home wet all the time.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do the Boston thing. I'd probably die from just being exposed to seafood.
I think the second worst would be the plowing at night, plowing the freeways.
Well, why is that so bad? You're just driving.
My brother-in-law used to drive a plow. He used to work for the city back in Nebraska, and he like there was a section in Omaha called Little Italy, and the streets are so fucking narrow.
Mm-hmm.
And they would say, "Hey, look, we're supposed to get like 6 inches of snow. Don't park your car on the street." So what everybody do? Park their cars on the fucking street. But you can't get a snow plow through there, so you can't plow the roads. So then they call in bitch. They're like, "Why isn't our roads plowed? Look at all your fucking cars." So then they try to like angle the plow like a certain way.
And one side would get jacked.
I think he hit like 4 cars in one street.
Oh my god.
But it wasn't really his fault. Like
I would have been like, yeah, we're not. I would have put a sign up. We're
Like,
not
well,
mowing if there's cars.
They did something like that, except they put these giant 55-gallon drums of salt at each intersection. Said, "Here you go. You salt the intersections. We're not plowing this."
Wow, that's funny.
Yeah. But like that was a tough job because like it would snow. They would call him in at midnight and he would work a 24-hour shift. Just driving a plow.
It's a very long time.
It's a long, tedious job. You're just going up the street and down the street, up and down, zigzagging around cars. Because no matter how many times you tell those idiots, don't park on the street, we're under a winter weather warning, they park on the fucking street. And then you block their car in with all this snow. Well, fuck you. You guys are a bunch of assholes.
Because you're not like, that's not like your job. You're like, it's like a side job that you do for the state that you get approved to do. And you still have to go to work, your normal job the next day.
Yeah.
Well,
So
no,
you're-
he was public works, so that was his.
Yeah. See, the city hired individual people when we had really bad storms. You'd get yourself on the list because they pay like $500-$600 for the night. But then I had to go to work the next day after being out all night.
Yeah. So he would do like a
Drinking coffee
24-hour
coffee.
shift and then be off for 24 hours. And
Kind
then
of like a
go right-
firefighter.
Yeah. Yeah, so
That's
it was,
solid.
it was tough on him. He hated it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I would fucking hate that too. Fuck that.
Yeah. Fuck.
And then driving a plow like that, like,
I'd hit every car.
oh,
I wouldn't. No fucks given.
See, I did the freeways, so I didn't have to do side streets. I do freeways.
yeah, he had to do the streets like I said, Little Italy, those streets are fucking, those are like the first few streets built in that town. So they were narrow as shit. They're not like the streets here where you can make a full-on U-turn and
like-
not touch the curb.
More like downtown Las Vegas, where
Yeah.
it's like freaking the alleys are big enough for one vehicle now.
What about you? What was your worst job?
I did a summer of data entry for the government. It was
Here we are busting our humps. With physical, manual, slave labor.
Rob was sitting behind a desk getting keys.
He's like, man, this fucking sucks.
bro.
This carpet tunnel's
It
the
was
worst.
This
literally
air conditioning is cold. I mean, it's in the summer and I'm freezing.
It was literally taking forms and entering them into the computer. This was like in the 90s when like computers were becoming like more of a thing, and there was like, here's a stat, like here's a room. Well, what is this? Probably 15 by 10 or so. So I was in like a room like this big, and there was a desk, a tiny desk, and then nothing but boxes. And they're like, we need you to enter all this shit in. You have all summer. That was the whole summer. That's all I did was.
Robbie's the guy from Office Space.
yeah.
It was miserable. Well, my mom got me the job. I mean, it paid for a down payment for my my Audi, my used, beat up auction Audi. Just to clarify, so everyone's going, "Oh my God, you have a fucking Audi?" No, it was from an auction. Previous accident.
Rebuild title.
You know, I don't even know. I don't think so, because I registered it. It was just fine. There was no special provision on the title.
Well, usually isn't if it's a rebuild.
I think it was just a regular accident. It was like, you could tell because the front right quarter panel
Different color
and
shade.
front door was a little bit different silver. I love that car, man. That car was great. 5-speed. Drove the shit out of that thing. But yes, I didn't do manual labor. I mean, if you were to say manual labor, then it would probably be, I mean, mowing the lawn wasn't the worst thing in the world.
No, it wasn't the
It
worst.
just took forever. And you know what made it bad for me was the fact that I had to do football practice. That's what killed it, because you do a full football practice. This is tackle, full on, and then you go play a game. Ugh.
See, mine wasn't mowing the lawn. It was trimming the hedges. Because my dad's driveway is 300 feet. And it had hedges the whole way down. And having to trim those motherfuckers in the summertime. Because you're out there with the big electric clippers. And you have a long 200-foot extension cord. You're trying to drag it. And
That fucking
you
sucks.
had to get it like perfectly square. So I did this. And then went straight down. So it had to be perfect or he'd make you redo it.
Wow, your dad's a jerk. make you redo it. The hedges. It's fucked up.
Cut them off. Yeah, there you go. We'll start over in 5
on
months.
both sides. He took them all. That's funny. He took them all out, so they're not even there anymore.
He's like, wow, Joe's gone. This is a pain in the ass.
I think he still has them in the backyard because they still go around the whole outside of the backyard, though. I think he still has those ones.
Oh my god. Yeah. No, I'm good. No hedges. For
Then
me.
you have to like sweep all down the driveway and pick it all up after. Big pain in the ass.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That and then shoveling it in the winter.
I hated. What about as an adult? What was your worst job as an adult?
Target. Overnight.
I worked at Target too.
Overnight.
I wasn't
garbage.
overnight. Overnight. I did one overnight shift, and that was when we were switching the credit card systems from one to the other. I think it was from one system to the POS, the point of sale system. That was okay, but otherwise, I was a fucking card attendant, which was cool. It was outside, but like, they're like, "Hey, we need cashier, so get in here." I fucking hated being a cashier. Fucking awful. Retail fucking sucks. Working retail, it does.
Yeah. No, I only did the overnight, and you know, it probably wasn't the worst job.
I
slept there. Like I would. So I had a day job, and then I went to do this Target overnight, and then I really would just sleep there. Actually, it wasn't that bad of a job. It was far from where I was working and living, so it was a pain in the ass. I mean, I'm gonna rethink about that. How about you? Your worst adult job? While I think about my worst adult job.
See, I've never worked retail. Mechanic, military. Our previous job, know where I'm at now.
I had grocery. I love the grocery store I worked at. Was amazing. That was great. That was the best job.
I think being a mechanic was the worst.
No, mechanic was awesome. I loved being a mechanic. Worked at Goodyear, sold tires, did mechanic shit. It was great.
I worked at the dealership.
Well, yeah, there's your problem. You worked at a dealership. I worked at goddamn Wild Wild West.
Yeah, you just did oil changes and like tire rotations. I did like engine.
No. I worked at like a full service Goodyear, dude. It was like brakes. Oh, we got to rebuild this engine, but it was like, you know, there wasn't anything to it. You just did. There was no oversight.
No, we didn't have any oversight either. It was just
You were at a
all
dealership.
recall.
Dealerships.
Yeah, dealerships are like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, no, we just roll and get it done when it got done, and that was it. Those were some good times. Half the time, my Audi would be on the lift, and I'd be switching something out because it'd be broken.
That was the only thing I do miss is being able to take my own car at the end of the day and do whatever the
Yeah.
hell I wanted to it.
I'm like, no, my ball joints.
Yep.
You got to go in the thing. You can order your own parts. So nice. Hey, what was my worst job? I don't know. I don't think I really had a job where I was just like, this sucks.
Target was bad, but I was a landscaper for a while. That fucking sucked. It wasn't just mowing lawns. I did the custom landscape, like building ponds and stuff like that. That fucking sucked.
That's real manual labor. That's digging holes and
Like, this was, I did it at a time when, you remember back in like the 90s, koi ponds were all the thing.
Oh, yeah. Everyone wanted their fish ponds.
Everybody wanted a fish pond, and then in like 2009, 2010, nobody wanted them no more. All the rage was pondless waterfalls. So it was basically converting all those koi ponds into pondless waterfalls.
That's funny.
And then the worst job on that one was I did a bubbling boulder. We had this 1,100 pound boulder, and he wanted
that
the
was a
the big
fad.
round ones.
Yeah, that was a fad. I remember that.
It wasn't like perfectly round. It was an actual rock, and he wanted a water effect coming out of the top. But to get that fucking alignment, so you have to drill in the top of the rock where the water comes out,
Yeah.
and then the intake for the water, you had to align those holes so that way it would force that water up over. It was a motherfucker to drill that rock.
Yeah, I've seen someone do that once. They drilled essentially they did the three, what was it? It was like 3 or 4 holes or something on the top, and then they rolled it over, and they just did one giant hole,
Oh, it was a bitch.
and
man.
it took like forever.
It took us a long time to do that because he wanted it sitting on like the yard. He didn't want it elevated or anything, so we had to dig down deep enough to put aqua blocks in, hide the pump, fill it full of water, have like a constant intake of water, and then rocks and everything like that. So it just bubbled over and it went over these rocks, and it was a bitch. That fucking job sucked.
Yeah. Well, Don't ever say we're not everymen. Not everymen. What am I looking for? Your average Joes.
I
Bing.
I didn't think we were anything but.
Yeah. I did demolition once. That was fun.
What
Like
were you
with a
demolishing?
sledgehammer
Yeah.
or dynamite?
No, sledgehammer.
Oh. That would be fun.
I had to go do it on a campus, Brown University, Massachusetts. That was fun. And actually, we did Harvard too. We did a whole section of Harvard. We went and destroyed half the building. That was fun.
I think I partied at Brown once.
Carrying all the stuff down the stairs though, because they wouldn't let us use the elevator. You had to carry a whole trash cans full of debris down
Right.
4 flights of stairs. That was not fun.
I could imagine. Brown's not super far from Hartford, right?
No.
Yeah. I did some serious partying at those two schools. Fuck yeah. Good time. Sidebar.
That's funny. Yeah, you went to college. I didn't.
Oh no!
You think you're better than me?
That wasn't my college. That was my buddy's college. He's like, "Come party." I'm like, "All right, let's do this." I got the booze. All right, jungle juice, big blue tub of freaking alcohol. People just Yo,
Whatever you could dump in there.
Okay, now that I'm thinking about this, jungle juice is the most disgusting thing
it's
ever.
it's gross.
Horrible.
It's literally a giant tub with all this
Vodka,
alcohol,
rum, whiskey,
Hawaiian. It was a big
Hawaiian
jugs of Hawaiian
punch.
punch.
Yeah.
like the cheap
And then,
kind.
and then like a bunch of cans of fruit,
Yeah.
mixed fruit, and then everyone just takes their cup and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a couple bags of ice, but everyone just takes their cup and
Fucking gross.
it is the most
It's
disgusting
a
thing.
cesspool of nastiness.
Wow,
And we used to drink that.
do they still do that? Is that like a thing still?
No, I don't think today's kids are pussies. They ain't gonna drink that.
Yeah. Do they do keg parties anymore? Do kids do
No,
keg
because they're
parties anymore?
pussies.
We should look into that. And
We
see
should
what,
have a keg party.
Keg stands?
Keg stands.
we just talked about how we can't drink as much as we used to. Just throwing it out there.
Let's go do keg stands.
There's a picture of me out there somewhere. I'll have to ask my wife if she can find it. It's probably on her Facebook somewhere. Of me doing a keg stand at her grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary.
Oh, that's solid.
Dude, it was a good
I
time.
think I still somewhere have Polaroids of me doing a keg stand.
Yeah, I don't think my keg stand pictures survived.
What were they carved in stone like ours?
No, I had so when I moved out and lived on my own, I left a bunch of stuff at my parents' house. Then my parents took that stuff and shipped it down to a storage unit in like the deep south, and then that storage unit essentially weather damaged everything inside the unit. It wasn't a unit; it was a giant house, and the house essentially just fell down. So everything was destroyed. So I lost a bunch of pictures, probably 2005 to 2006, 7. I don't have any of those pictures anymore.
I had a whole party that we did at my buddy's cabin up in Gloucester, Massachusetts, all on video. And I'm pretty sure he was like, I need to borrow it. He's like, we want to watch it. I'm like, all right. So I gave it to my buddy. The next day, his house got raided by the feds because his brother was selling oxycodone. He was taking like hundreds of thousands of oxycodone from Miami up to Boston, and the feds raided his house. I'm pretty sure that video of that party is in like a federal lockbox somewhere.
Dude, you should go request it back. Be like, it's my video actually. Can I get that back? Thanks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't want to go say that's my property.
I would. I'd be like, I just need the video.
on that because we have my buddy driving through one of the gates to get onto the beach and then destroying his Chevy Blazer in the sand dunes on the beach, and we left it there. He just took the place and everything and claimed it stolen. I don't want to go claim that video.
You just did.
Yeah, but who's watching that?
Some algorithm.
Each one of our FBI agents.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you get like raided or some shit, I will.
Don't let them take this room. We need
Yeah,
it.
just be like, this is all not mine.
Yeah.
I gotta give this back. And there's no memory card in here. I never leave it in there, so there's no evidence. It's ours. Oh wait, that means I can come to my house. Fuck.
So you just delete the section out.
It's one long beep.
I think I should do that.
Like a minute and a half.
Everybody's like, well, what the hell are they talking about?
Yeah, usually you would cut, but I've done 0 cuts. Our show is pretty much straight through uncut. So,
That's good.
Don't
They see
worry,
all the
one of
fuck
us
up
is
shit.
going to say something.
I always think I should bleep something out. Then I go, it's fine. No one's
it's
watching
fine."
this shit. Till they are, and then it's a problem.
Until we get 1 million subscribers.
They're like, man, their older shit
We're getting
sucks.
hundreds of thousands of views. And I'm like, oh, that's problematic. He can't say that.
Well, yeah, then we'll never get that. You know why? Because I would never dedicate that much time to this. There was no
I'm
way
surprised
possible.
you made it this far, Robbie.
I am too.
Even if it made money.
I mean, it would have to be retirement money for me to.
Oh, that'll
dedicate.
never happen. You're not Joe Rogan.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
you can.
I know. That's why I'm like, I'll never dedicate enough time to this.
But if it was a
he
couple
does like
thousand
three.
a
He does
month-
like 3 or 4 a week though. He's on it all the time.
I mean, it would have to
and
be.
he has guest stars that are famous on.
We would have to be making $10,000 a month for me to put in effort.
That's doable.
Because
Yeah.
$10,000 a month. Because you remember we gotta split it 3 ways.
It's still doable.
2, 4, 6, and then 4,000 into the bank for other stuff. Because we're gonna have to start doing skits and this and that,
We're
and
gonna have to get the kegs for keg
giveaways and
stands.
Robbie's.
see how it just turned into this whole thing that does not seem like something I would want to do.
Well, fine. We'll buy your portion.
Yeah.
And then we'll continue on.
Oh well, I mean, you can try. You'd have to change the name.
That's fine.
I own all that shit.
No, you don't. You never registered nothing.
Yeah, that's true. I don't play, but I do own everything else. But that.
Well, I'll pay you for that shit.
Oh, you're gonna pay for the website?
Yeah.
No, sweet.
Don't let it lapse. Somebody will squat on that name.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm not gonna let it lapse. I actually, when I did the websites, I got 4 websites that I've wanted to get for a while, and I'll just pay the $40 a year. Keep them.
Cool.
Mhm.
What else?
What else? What? We're actually at time.
Time.
What? Are we really?
Yeah, we're at -5.
An hour's.
So an
Hour
hour and
seven.
8 minutes.
You let's
All right.
go over, Robbie. You're supposed to be keeping track of that.
Yeah, I watch a lot of podcasts, and there's people are at like dead on their hour show, but they also do a lot of cuts. So I mean, I feel like it's really hard to
We also
do.
suck at life, so.
We don't suck at life. We just suck at this.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we suck at this. To clarify, I just think we don't put in enough effort.
Well, I think we did great.
Oh no, we do fantastic for what this is.
For minimum effort. Yeah, you do pretty good.
This is literally minimum effort. We donate what, 2 hours to this a week?
Something like that.
And
Set up and tear
well,
down. Yeah.
you guys donate 2. I donate 4. Because it takes me 2 hours to edit.
But you do no edits. Oh, you add the stuff in
I
there.
have to
Yeah.
add stuff. I add stuff in now.
Oh, this is an easy one. You don't have to add anything to this
Yeah,
one.
we
No,
didn't
I-
point to the wall
once.
What am I pointing at though?
You know what's gonna happen now. Oh, I don't know if that's gonna be nut sacks or titties.
It could be both. I don't care. Whatever. If you can get nutsacks on YouTube.
Oh, we can put whatever we want because we're not monetized and we don't.
It's as long as we
it's
say it's
educational.
educational.
yeah, we
Because like I said, there's a guy who waxes his asshole on
Yeah,
YouTube,
no.
and they show the whole thing.
The good thing about ours, we have no. We can do whatever we want. We can curse. It doesn't matter because we're not monetized. We're
I
not.
haven't stopped cursing. What are you talking about?
We're not safe for children, so it literally does not matter.
Yeah.
I mean, children can watch, but we're not recommended for children.
Cerebus is out there and he wants in.
No.
Dude, you should dress your dog up with extra heads for Halloween.
Give him 2 extra heads.
Yes.
He's big enough.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just put him on. He'd be like,
He'll tear him apart in 5 minutes.
he probably would. Oh,
No, he might wear it.
on a side note, I'm going to level up this year. You want to go?
What is that?
It's just I don't know. It's a convention, video games,
I'm,
media, pop culture. I'm going for the dress up though, so
When is it?
I don't know, next March or some shit, April.
Well, that's not
May.
this year. That's next year.
I'm planning it. I'm gonna, cause I gotta do costumes. So I want you to play Helldivers. Play Helldivers shit, Joe.
No.
You don't want
March
to play
what?
fantasy. You don't want to play fucking Helldivers. God damn it, Joe. Do something.
you have the time, at least to play fantasy.
You literally have the time because you're doing this.
Yeah.
And we go overtime. Do I just need to make it an hour solid and then make you play for half
Like
an hour?
I stop cleaning my house, and then when you guys leave, I go back to finishing cleaning to do this.
Okay, don't clean your house.
I kind of have. You see that thing I have out there? I'll have like mold growing throughout my house if I don't clean from what he makes of a mess.
Oh, with his slobber?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Woof.
Like, if you go look at my walls, I have to go wipe down parts of my walls because there's slime all the way up to the
Bro,
ceiling at some point.
you need a maid.
I've
You do,
thought
yeah.
about it.
You can actually hire housekeepers, and they're not that expensive.
Yeah.
They have the topless ones. I was thinking about doing that.
I want one so bad. They do, yeah. I have the post saved somewhere. If I
Yeah,
find
I
it,
think
I'll save
I
it to
got the website saved somewhere.
you. Yeah, like Vegas topless maids or some
Yeah.
shit like that. And they just fucking with their titties hanging out. They come dust everything.
Yep. I think it's like $200 an hour though for that.
I don't care.
Neither do I.
I mean, go to a titty club, you'll spend that amount.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
At
like
least if you're spending
Personal,
this,
and they're cleaning my
you'll
house.
get your house clean. Yeah.
I feel like you have to clean your house beforehand so you're not going broke while they're there.
You just help them clean.
You just help them clean, yeah.
'Cause
they
they-
just walk around with their knockers out.
Well, you can get them all the way down to their underwear. They can do it just in their underwear.
So why wouldn't you just hire like escort since that's a prevalent thing here?
Because I'm not going to clean my house.
Yeah,
Because
but you
I
can
don't
hire
want-
one.
I don't want some 340-pound dude who's there to protect the escort
In my house.
standing in my house who might hit me with a fucking bat and rob me.
Solid.
Yeah. See? There you go. At least with it's maid service, everything's tracked. So if the maid robs me, I can at least go back to the service. When a hooker robs me, where do I go? The police, and they'll be like, "Well, should have been careful.
Shouldn't got a hooker.
Shouldn't have got a hooker."
They'd be like, you're
you
under
doing
arrest
talking-
for.
What are you doing talking to chicks at the fucking casino bar at 3 a.m.?
What do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah.
I remember the first time I ever came to Vegas, I ended up talking to some chick in the morning, like 3 a.m. bar or some shit, and I was just like,
She was super interested in everything you had to say.
she was so interested.
Yeah, see? She was trying to hustle you.
Well, here's what had happened. My buddies went to the one of the strip clubs, the one near Orleans, whatever that one is.
Oh,
No,
the porno theaters?
no, it's a strip club. I don't know what it was. So they went there, and I was like with them in the cab, and then I was gonna go in, and I'm like, dude, this isn't really for me. So I just started walking, not knowing where I was. Some random taxi picks me up. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die, whatever. This is whatever. Takes me back to like the strip, drops me off at because we're staying at the MGM Grand, and I'm like pretty drunk. We're pretty wasted, so I'm like, screw it, I'll fucking go in. And so I go sit at like craps table. First time I ever played like craps, and I don't know what I was doing. I know I had like $100, and some guy's just like, yeah, do this, do that. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Just throwing dice, money, whatever. Next thing you know, I got like, I think $2,500, and I'm like, I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, this pays for my trip. So I get up and walk out, and I go sit at the bar, and I'm like, yeah, pay for my trip. And some girl's just talking to me, and I'm like, that's cool. Fuck it, I'm out of here. Yeah, that was good times. That story probably made no sense, but
It made no sense.
it made no sense. But in my head, it made sense. I was recalling it bit by bit because I forgot that even happened till this very second.
Robbie tells a story. It's like, here's the beginning, middle, then the end.
I'm not a good storyteller. I'm the worst storyteller.
I am.
That is
I'm
one
not-
thing I
I'm not
am
good at it
very
at all.
terrible at it.
But that's what all this podcasting shit is just telling stories.
Hey, so for those listening, critique my storytelling ability.
0. Right there.
Well, I guess I'm not telling more stories.
Well, fine.
I'm here for the puns. That's about it.
We So I gotta tell the stories.
You tell them pretty good, actually. You're a pretty good storyteller. I don't know. My issue is I don't remember all the details like that. So I remember them, but it's like I don't know how to tell them interestingly. Like I'm like, oh yeah, my buddies were. I just said I didn't want to
He's
do the
straight to
strip
the
club.
facts. That's it.
Yeah, the
He's
fact
just-
was
he's
I didn't
skipping
want to
the
do
stuff,
it.
He's just facts.
And then I hopped the taxi and went
Yeah,
back to
'cause
the casino.
You, like, what happened on the cab ride there? Like, what happened at the craps table? And then some
told
chick
you.
was talking to you. What did she say to you? Like, you gotta.
I don't remember what she said to
Fluff
me.
this
I just
up.
remember she was like all interested, and then I was like, I just won a bunch of money. I don't give a shit about nothing. This paid for my, entire trip. Go away. And I just left.
You're like, later, bitch.
Pretty much. Just went back to my room and went to sleep, actually. Yeah. Dude, that was a good time.
I feel there's a lot more in there that
He's not telling.
he's not
holding
telling
it in.
No, that was the whole story.
It's not that he's hiding anything. It's just that, I don't know.
My story.
Maybe he feels it's mundane, but it's probably not mundane.
No, that was the whole story. I'm just not a good storyteller. I'm not excited. I'm not an excited person when I tell a story. That's probably the problem. I don't convey the emotion. Probably because I didn't have that much emotion when it was happening. You know how I am. I'm
You
pretty.
won $2,500. I'd have a boner.
Yeah, but you know me. I win $2,500. I'm like, all right, trip paid for. Moving on, and that's like it.
See, the $2,500 I wouldn't be like trip paid for. I'd be like, where's my next adventure with this $2,500?
Yeah, no. See,
Like, where am I going now?
Yeah.
What is going to happen?
see, that's the difference. I'm like,
I can bank this. I just got a free trip.
well, yeah. I just said this is a free trip, and I have a little bit of extra, so now I can do like some other stuff. But the trip is so I took that like $1,500 and said trip paid for, done.
And then what'd you do with the other 1,000?
Gambled it.
There's the
Gambled
exciting
it,
part.
pool, but that wasn't part of the story.
Nothing happened at the pool. You just sat there.
We got a bottle,
Okay.
and then I was like, okay, so I remember going to the club. The only thing I remember about the club is everyone is an asshole.
Oh yeah.
Because
At the club?
in Jersey, you can just walk up to some random person and start talking to them, and they just start talking to you, and then if your conversation fizzles, it fizzle. You try to talk to people in Vegas, like who the fuck are you? Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, they're all assholes here.
They're all-
It's like
Because they're
I'm
all
just trying
tourists
to, and I'm like just trying to have a conversation. Like, hey, you seem like a cool person. Let's talk. And then everyone's a dick. So I was like, well, this club thing sucks.
Well, because everybody gets scammed here. So if somebody talks to me, I'm like, what do you want?
And-
Like I had a guy on the strip the other day. He's like, hey man, what's the time? And I'm wearing a watch. And all I can think about is like, this guy's trying to rob me in broad daylight. What's this motherfucker want? Time my ass. Everybody's got the time.
You know what? I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
No, but these people were just like we were in the club just to be in the club, and they could tell. They were just dicks.
I always
Yeah.
get the people when I'm on the strip, when I'm for my day job working, always asking me how do I get to that casino, and they have a phone in their hand.
Well, people don't know how to use phones.
Yeah.
Probably 15.
Yeah. I remember.
None of them know how to look up there. I'm like, oh yes, let me put in the reel. Oh, it's right over there.
Yeah.
No one can figure that out.
I remember I was on Las Vegas Boulevard and Elvis Presley.
Ugh.
Right in front of Circus. And they're like, hey, how do you get to Bellagio from here? I was like, it is that way about 3 miles. And they're like, well,
I
it doesn't
walk
look that far away. And I was like, motherfucker, that's far. Well, we were going to walk. I was like, you can walk if you want, but you're going to be walking for a minute.
Yeah, that's like
I always love
40-minute walk.
Yeah, I was like, you're going to be walking for a minute. If you want to get there quick, get a cab.
Take the bus. The bus goes right down that. Take the bus.
Yeah,
And get lice on the bus.
yeah, that's it.
All the fucking bums and the bum aids.
All right, well, I think it's our show for today.
Check us out on Relatively Friends on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
No
No
X,
Twitter?
huh?
No,
No, he doesn't do X.
You didn't even make one for X.
There's an X one.
No, there's
Yeah,
not.
there is. He said there was.
There is. It
He
just
totally says it's like something totally different than everything else.
yeah, it's the Real Friends one.
Well, you didn't give me that information.
It's in there.
It's yeah. And he's like, oh wait, shit, there it is. Whoops.
No, because I looked today.
It should be
It's-
in there.
Do you see it on there?
Actually, it isn't.
So don't give me that shit.
You have Twitch, but you have no Twitter. Google, Microsoft, TikTok. Oh, timed out.
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram,
Amazon.
Amazon.
Listen,
Twitch,
people are gonna buy
Discord.
stuff.
I don't know. I figured if we ever make like an Amazon list, they could. I don't fuck if I know. You get it while I can, right? Well, there is an X. It's Rel Friends. It's the only one that you can't put enough characters in to make it a full thing.
I thought we talked about. You said you didn't make it because of that.
No, I made it. I didn't. I had trouble making it because they locked my account out because they thought I was a bot until I sent them an email saying, "Hey, the fuck's
real
wrong with you?
person.
I'm not a
I remember
bot."
that
Huh?
I'm a real person.
I'm a real boy. I'm a real boy. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Sponsors, if you want to sponsor us, Kevin is really looking forward to doing ads for you guys.
Mostly liquor.
He needs something to do.
I need something to do, yeah, with my time.
Just say you'll review their shit.
I will. Honestly, too.
This beer is terrible. Actually, yeah, maybe we'll do beer
Fucking
review.
this Bud Light sucks.
Bud Light. All right, that's our show. Take it easy.
Wait, I feel you just started a topic.